Welcome, sports bettors from around the world.
Good morning. Hopefully that wasn't too loud for everybody's ears. I'm sorry if it was. Hey, what's going on, everybody? This is Sports Gambling Daily. Was a Wednesday. It is November 13th. This is Philly and Jared in the morning. And man, we are excited to have you guys in here. Good morning. How you doing, Philly?
Good morning, Neil. Doing well, thanks. How's it going with you?
Oh man, great. We had a huge day yesterday. We had both of our 3 units selections cash in. We had the Oilers over. We had the Lakers -2.5. Overall, just a great day. And we looking to build off that day.
Definitely, man. We got a lot of possibilities today in the NBA as it's a big Wednesday with 7 games on tap. So plenty of opportunities, guys.
Yep, tons of opportunities. Now, if you guys are interested, you can come on over here to sgdwins.com and get all our plays for all our sports for the low price of $99.99 for the whole month. It's just not a week, it's not a day, it's a whole month. Come over and check it out. Right now, we are on fire, and hey, keep rolling with us. And we're going to build off of yesterday's wins, and we're going to continue into today. Now, today we have seven games on the NBA slate. We're going to briefly touch on all of them. And we're going to start off with Orlando taking on the 76ers. All right, so the 76ers are on the road, and they hold a record of 7-3, 5-4 against the spread. The Magic, abysmal. 3-7 in 3-6 against the spread. This line's a little crazy, man. It's only 3 points.
Yeah.
I mean, this seems a little low here for the Philadelphia 76ers, -3.
Agreed. I mean, initially it seems like it's a no-brainer to take the Sixers. It's a back-to-back situation. I mean, Horford didn't play yesterday, so he is off, a game of rest. And Orlando's offense is abysmal. And, I mean, obviously anything can happen in the NBA, but I would certainly lean Sixers -3. I just don't know that Orlando has enough to keep up with them.
Yeah, Orlando's been kind of very disappointing in my opinion. And the 76ers are class of the East this year. And 76ers are 8-2 against the spread in their last 10 games following an against the spread loss. I mean, I try not to get too cute with things. I can understand. You're like, man, you look at this line, you're like, well, what am I missing? Usually if you look at something and it doesn't make sense, then you might want to just go ahead and go with the thing that doesn't make sense because, and this kind of falls in that category of like, man, this line, in my opinion, doesn't make sense. So I'm going to keep my eye on it, but I have to lean 76ers in this spot, an initial lean.
It could have something to do with the way the Cleveland Cavaliers game played out yesterday because we talked about that. Sixers plus the point, or excuse me, Cavaliers plus the points. But the Cavaliers have something Orlando doesn't have, which is 2 big physical. I mean, Kevin Love and Tristan Thompson, they play down low, they play physical. Orlando's not that kind of a play team, so I like the Sixers in this spot.
Right. Okay. I'm definitely lean that way as well. All right, we're gonna move on to Memphis versus the Charlotte Hornets. But first, I want to say, guys, if you're new to the channel, hit that like button, hit that subscribe button. We definitely appreciate it. And we're gonna continue to put out more content for you guys. I know Philly loves doing this, and so do I. Not a big fan of waking up this early in the morning, but hey, we got to do it, right? So, all right, Memphis versus Charlotte. This is not a game that is probably on many people's radar. You got Memphis 3-7 against the spread, where you got Charlotte 6-4 against the spread. Charlotte's laying 2. Actually, the current line is -1.5 at home versus the Grizzlies.
Yeah, I'm not sure what's going on here with I mean, obviously not 2 really good teams here, but Charlotte's pretty abysmal. They're offensively challenged, and frankly, if they're not hitting threes, they're a tough sell for me. I mean, Memphis has a legit scorer in Morant, and I don't know if you're giving me an opportunity to take what I feel is the better team, just 2 points, a 2-point spread is what I'm showing.
Mm-hmm.
I mean, I like Memphis, frankly, in this game, but I guess you could argue it either way. It's kind of toss-up as far as I'm concerned.
Yeah, the Hornets I have here are 10-1 against the spread in their last 11 versus a team with a losing record of 400 or lower, which is interesting. That means they kind of do what they need to do versus bad teams. I just think Memphis is one of those better bad teams. Yeah, they're young, and they're not going to compete for anything in the West. But man, I just think that they're good enough to cover this spread. So I'm leaning the Grizz here in this spot myself. Clippers at Houston. This is a good matchup here, and I think the line's way off on this one. Clippers roll up into Houston, and they're getting a point.
Yeah.
I love Houston. Houston's my favorite team, if anyone that doesn't know. But, man, I have just not been impressed with them this year. Eric Gordon's out. And it's one of those things like Charlotte, if they're not hitting the three-pointers, then they can't win. You got the Clippers, which are much better defensively than Houston ever could even dream of being.
Right.
I have to lean the Clippers here in this spot.
I agree with you. I mean, you can certainly see cases for Houston winning the game, but you're absolutely right. I mean, the Clippers play defense, and Houston likes to get out and run and play very little of it. Now, if they're hitting their shots and Harden goes off, you can make cases for Houston winning the game. But I agree, given the Clippers +1 with a team that I don't think Paul George is back quite yet, but he's coming back, and even without him, they got enough. I mean, one is not enough as far as I'm concerned.
And I think the over-under is way off as well. 231.5 is too high. I know Houston likes to score a lot of points, but, man, this defensive – Clippers like to play some D.
Yep.
And if Houston's off at all, they're not going to be able to hit that number at 231 or 230.5. Look, guys, I love my Rockets, but this is a spot that I'm obviously going to look more and more into it, but I really like the Clippers off the just the initial look at it.
Agreed.
The Rockets haven't beat anybody good. Like, they struggle with good teams. So
right.
That's the way I look at it.
I agree. And it's not like it shows Kawhi being out again for rest or whatever.
Mm-hmm.
So I'm a little confused on this myself.
All right, Washington versus the Celtics. So you got the Washington Bullets taking on the Celtics. Let's see here. You got the Boston Celtics opened up at 10.5. It's been bet down to Boston -9. So some money's rolling in here on the Wizards. Wizards are 5-3 against the spread. And the Boston, 8-2 against the spread. Boston's been rolling lately, man. Pretty much ever since they came back on the Bucks, they haven't looked back. When they were down by like 25 points in that total collapse of the Bucks.
Yep.
Boston's just been rolling, man. So what do you think here? Do they keep what we really care about is can they cover the spread versus those Wizards?
Yeah, the line is I don't know. It's a little bit big for me, actually, especially with a division game. I mean, I certainly can see the Celtics rolling in this, and you're totally right. They've been great. I don't know if they lost a game since the opening game against the Sixers, really. Or maybe they have one loss. The Bucks game was a collapse. That's true.
Mm-hmm.
No, they beat the Bucks. It was the opposite way. So I don't think Boston's lost since opening night.
I think you're right. Yeah, they're 8-1. I think I just
8-1.
Yeah,
it makes sense. So. I mean, I guess I would lean Boston, but I'm going to pay a little bit of attention to this. It might be something I'd look at even live. But the line is a little scary to me. I mean, I can certainly see a scenario with Boston winning this and not covering.
Yeah, well, okay, so I agree. The line is so big, man. And, but the Wizards are 11-1 against the spread. I mean, that's bad. 11-1 against the spread in their last 12 meetings when they play in Boston. This is one of those games that I might just stay off completely, but if I had to take a side, I'd probably take the Wizards in that big spread. But you know what? You're getting a kind of a beat-up number already because it opened up at 10.5 and now it's at 9. So maybe you lost a little bit of value there if you decide to take the Wizards. Guys, like I mentioned before, SGDwins.com. You can get our package for $99 a month. It includes NBA, NHL, NFL, NCAA basketball, and football. So definitely run on over there and get yourself on the game plan here. All right, moving on to San Antonio versus the Timberwolves. You got the Timberwolves laying 2 versus San Antonio and Timberwolves are at home. San Antonio's awful against the spread, 2-8 against the spread. The Wolves are pretty mediocre, 5-4. What do you say here? Do you think Minnesota, or do you think San Antonio can keep basically the streak alive and lose another game against the spread?
The Timberwolves to me are one of the toughest teams to figure out. They have a lot of talent on that team, and they either play really well or they just don't. You never know what you're going to get. And Karl Anthony Towns is obviously a problem in the league. I mean, he's a really solid player, and Wiggins has all the talent in the world. In the last couple of games, he has come to play, and when they've come to play, they have good showings. So with that being said, I kind of like how they've been playing a little bit recently, and I think -2 at home with the Timberwolves, considering San Antonio is more of an offensively challenged team, and Timberwolves can score. I mean, I would lean Timberwolves for sure.
I agree. I'm with the Wolves too, man. I like that.
Yeah. Me too. It's actually a game I might really look at, but you just like I said, I just don't know who you're getting. They're so Jekyll and Hyde, that team.
All right, let's go on with the Raptors taking on the Portland Trailblazers. Trailblazers had an awful showing yesterday versus those Kings.
Yeah.
-3.5 was the open. Now it's at -3. Raptors 6-4 against the spread, and you have Portland 5-4 against the spread. So nothing really sticks out there. But so are we willing to give up 3 to the Toronto Raptors?
You know, Portland to me is better than they're playing, and they have a pretty good home court advantage. I mean, they have it's a ruckus crowd, and they play well there. But so far, I might not be right about this, but they're either winless at home or they have won. That's not very good. And frankly, I thought they wouldn't last night against Sacramento without the Aaron Fox, and they got absolutely destroyed. So. They've been on my fade list after last night. I mean, I got to lean Raptors +3. I mean, they just came off of 2 really tough games in a row. The one against the Clippers, and they actually won against was it the Lakers they played? Yeah, they had them back to back, and they played them tough. And I can see them rolling in this game, honestly.
Well, I mean, this is the third game on that, or
that's true though.
On that West Coast swing, Portland's on a back-to-back.
Right.
They are 1-3 at home, Portland. Man, but I just wasn't impressed how Portland was playing yesterday. But
not at all.
I think I have to lean Portland to have a bounce back game here because, like you said, they're better than they're playing. So hopefully they can get it together today. All right, last game: Golden State versus the Los Angeles Lakers. Lakers coming off a back-to-back at home. Lakers are 4-1 at home, 7-3 against the spread, and the Golden State Warriors, man, 1-4 on the road, 4-6 against the spread. This line opened up at -13 to the Lakers, currently -12 to the Lakers, and Golden State, they're sneaky at covering these bigger double-digit point spreads. Now, when Golden State played the Jazz the other day, it opened at 10. And I mentioned that. I'm like, man, these guys are good at covering these double-digit point spreads. Well, that line dropped all the way to 8 or maybe even 7.5 if you remember.
7.5, yep.
So, and then the Jazz rolled in that one. I kind of think if this thing – I don't know. Lakers are pretty good, man. But if this thing might be a cover spot for Golden State here.
Yeah. I mean, Lakers coming off a back-to-back. They just played Phoenix in a real tough game last night, then had to fly back to LA. And I agree with you, man. I mean, I don't see Golden State winning this game, but I can see a scenario where you have a young team, that some guys that have some things to prove. They have a legit scorer in D'Angelo Russell going into LA, wanting to show off in front of that crowd. Sometimes that brings out the best in people. And I could absolutely see a scenario where Golden State hangs within the 12. I think the spread is too much, man. Up until just recently, you getting Golden State plus double-digit points. Other than the Utah game, they've been right in it.
Right. Yeah, I agree. So let's. I don't know. I think that the only difference is you got 2 really solid players. I mean, LeBron's playing like Magic Johnson, man. The guy's facilitating. He's scoring. He's driving. Yeah. I mean, the guy is finally in a situation where I think that he is going to be the most successful. He could win the MVP this year the way he's playing. And then Anthony Davis too. So I think Anthony Davis really benefits from LeBron's facilitation. So That's going to be probably a little too much for the Warriors to handle, but the Lakers are not going to play, when all those guys, I mean, they'll probably play normal minutes, but when they come off the court, Golden State can get back in this thing. 12, 13 points, I think is a little high. So
Yeah, and one thing to consider and at least monitor, Anthony Davis has been battling like a shoulder situation, a shoulder strain, and he definitely re-aggravated it yesterday. In a back-to-back spot, I mean, it could be a situation where they don't play him tonight. So just keep your eye on that.
That's a great
maybe
point.
Get ahead of. Yeah, I wouldn't be shocked. I mean, I know they said he can't hurt it any more than what he is, but it's definitely bothering him, and they may want to get out in front of that and just kind of rest it a little bit.
And this would be a game you would do that because you're playing against a G League team, basically. So
Yep.
All right, well, let's go ahead and bounce on out of here. All right, if you guys have made it this far, well, congratulations. It's only 15 minutes, and to be honest with you, we're going to do another giveaway here, or you got a contest. You got to guess the exact score of the Golden State versus Los Angeles game. If you guess that exact score, you get a week's worth of our premium selections absolutely free. There's a couple rules real quick. Got to have the post in the comments, your prediction before game time, and you can't edit it. If you need to edit it, delete it because it's not time stamped, so we can't know. So if you've edited it at all, your post doesn't count. And and only one submission per person.
Right.
All right. That's all. I think that's all the rules I can think of. So, all right, Philly, let's go ahead and get out of here. I'll see you guys later. It's always been nice to do these videos with you in the morning. We'll see you tomorrow.
Yes, sir.
All right. Good luck to you. Good luck to me. Good luck to everybody. For my boy Philly over there. My name's Jared. You've been watching Sports Gambling Daily. Hit that thumbs up button, and if you didn't like it, I don't care. Hit that thumbs button anyway. And I'll see y'all tomorrow.
Have a great morning, everyone.